You starting?
It's October. Who do you play this week?
We're not ready to play anybody yet.
Scott, 5 days in, I guess, just give you your thoughts in general on how things have gone and maybe how all those new pieces have sort of settled into the routine.
Yeah, I don't know if we're settled in yet. There's a ton of energy from new guys and coaches and players alike. There's a lot of guys learning, a lot of exciting things to see out there. I've loved the energy and the attitude and the leadership, and I think I've mentioned that before. We got a good team that wants to be good, and that's the first step in being good, and they're working hard to get there. There's still a lot we need to clean up and figure out, but it's been a good first 4 days.
What have you seen about how your new QBs have sort of adjusted to things so far? I know it's early, but where they're at.
Chubb has been limited, so we haven't seen him do a ton yet. I think all the quarterbacks in general are really comfortable with some of the things we used to do and still figuring out some of the new things. I think Casey actually is doing the best at some of the new stuff because everything's new to him. But it's a learning process for everybody. Been really impressed at times, watching get frustrated and think we need to get better at other times. That's the process and that's spring ball. But Casey's been doing really good things out there. And the biggest thing is we're getting such good leadership from the quarterback position. Those guys are driving the huddle. They're pushing the team. They're setting examples, and we need that as a football team.
How would you describe Mickey Joseph in practice?
Mickey's old. He's gained some weight since his playing days. He's fun to be around, man. But he demands a lot out of his players, and it's been fun to watch. Having kind of been in charge completely of the offense in years past, stepping back just a little bit. It's easy to do when you have coaches that are holding everybody accountable and demanding a lot out of the players. And Mickey and Brian and Donnie and Whip, they all have a high standard that they're setting and they're holding guys to it. And it's fun to watch that because we're getting more out of certain guys than I've seen.
Has Mark Whipple sort of given you that presence that you were hoping for on the field and allowed you to oversee a lot of other things too?
He does. You've been in football and coached as many places as he has. You know what you're doing. He's definitely got that command presence, and things run smooth. If I'm there, if I'm not there, doesn't matter. Whip's got it, and the rest of those coaches help him, and that's been really positive. And I think just having somebody else that's been a head coach that's run offenses that much, it's going to help me out a bunch.
Logan was talking about some of the technical differences, some of that new stuff, different drops, and being understand a little bit more. I mean, as a quarterback, that might seem like a simple thing, but how big of a change is that mechanically?
I think it's just reps. There's different footwork. We're doing a little bit, a few things different in the pass game in regards to where the quarterback's setting up and how he's reading and going through progressions. So there's some new things for them all, but it's also helping us. And that compared with obviously improved offensive line play even through 4 days. There's a lot of good things happening, and it's been positive on both sides of the ball, really.
What is it that makes you think that the improvement there is obvious up front?
The first thing is they're just coming off the ball, and that's been something that I've been frustrated with for a long time. Is when I was playing here, guys look like they're in 40-yard dashes when the ball was snapped, and that wasn't up to the standard that I wanted, and that's the first thing. Protection's been better too, though, and I think Donnie's just done a good job with those guys' mentality and technique, and I can't wait to watch them keep improving.
So, Coach, how's having so much experience in the wide receiver room helping these quarterbacks develop into the system?
I think it's helping, although a lot of the receivers are new, and the receivers are learning new things too. So when it all comes together, I think it's going to be a really good thing. Each individual coach right now kind of has their hands full making sure their guys know it, and that's what I mean. There's not enough of a synergy and a complete understanding of everything yet, but those guys are working together well, and I can't wait to watch it keep getting better.
How are those two transfer linemen doing, Williams and Anthony?
I think everybody's been pleasantly surprised with both of them early on. I love both of their attitude. They're both tough guys. They play that way. They play with a lot of energy. They're both doing really good things, and they're gonna compete for time.
Where are they at? Guard and tackle?
I saw him move around today. One of them's at guard right now, one of them's at tackle, but I saw the tackle play guard today and the guard play tackle. So, again, we're going to get our best 5 guys on the field, and we have a long time to figure that out.
You were impressed with Brian Applewhite through the interview process, just seeing him on the field, I guess. What is he like as a coach, or what have you seen from him so far?
Again, he demands so much out of the guys, and that's what good players want. They want a coach that is going to ask a lot of them, and set the bar high, and then you go try to clear that bar. And not to say that didn't happen before, but man, the guys hear about it. If they don't do something right, he expects them to know what they're doing. He expects them to be at full speed and be detailed. And it's been a lot of fun to watch those guys, and I'm seeing some guys make improvements.
With 5 scholarship quarterbacks, how is that different than maybe when you guys had smaller numbers there in terms of how many reps?
It hasn't really shown up yet because Chubb has been a little limited, and Richie Torres is still healing up from a knee injury in high school. So it kind of feels like it did before with 3. But that's good. The guys that are out there are getting a lot of reps, and we'll start to work the other guys in when they're healthy.
You guys will scrimmage on Friday. What are you looking for? Will that be a live to the ground deal? What do you want to get out of that before spring break?
Yeah, Sean, we only get so many live to the ground days, so we're going to use one on Friday. Should have plenty of time to heal up if we get nicked up a little bit. As a head coach, the first thing you want to see is effort and improvement, and you want everybody to walk off the field healthy. But we got certain guys that you probably don't need to see hit much, and some other guys that we really need to test them and see how they're going to be when it's live. So we're going to structure that however we need to get the right reps out of the right guys, and looking forward to seeing the competition.
What else have you noticed from Casey? Maybe just as a result of the experience that he does have in college.
He sees the field really well. There's some things when you get a new quarterback, sometimes everything's moving fast and they get tunnel vision, and that's been apparent from the beginning that he sees the field. When he knows where to go, the ball comes out quick. He's kind of a step ahead of the game, and that only comes from experience that he already has.
There was a thought maybe that he could have even run more than he did at Texas. What has kind of struck you about his mobility, seeing him up close?
Yeah, I didn't know his dad was really fast. And I say that he was up in our office the other day, and we were talking Nebraska, Oklahoma stuff. Casey, right away in our workouts this winter, I could tell moved better than I thought he did, just watching tape. There's going to be times where we're going to ask him to run it to do some of the things we do, but we probably want to limit it a little bit and make sure we keep people healthy too. So we'll find that balance, and I think he has the capability once he does take off to make something happen with his feet.
So, Coach, how do you feel the spirit of competition has been different from last spring compared to this spring?
I wouldn't say any different. I mean, guys are competing for jobs all the time. I'd say we have more depth and more guys capable of competing for and threatening for playing time and starting jobs, and that picks up the intensity of the competition a lot and pushes guys even harder. Thanks, Phil.